Anyway, so we're going to do a program here, and any noise that the people hear will be overcome and overbalanced and compensated for by the wisdom, the knowledge, the entertainment, the fun, the frivolity, the frolickery. Is that a word? The frolicking would be frolicery.
Parts of it are a word, that's for certain.
Well, did I dangle my participle?
I don't know what you did exactly.
I got a lot of notes here, but did you hear breaking news in the real world? Before we went on the air, I didn't even have time to mention this to you. Did you hear about the big labor dispute at the U.S. Mint? They've got a work stoppage going on. All the employees went on strike because the workers didn't want to make any more money.
All right, we got what do we got? Our Johnny Carson joke book out today?
It takes a second. You have to think about that.
What's going on here?
You have to think about that. No, what's the matter? Well, we had a good time yesterday. It was Stacy's birthday as we sit here yesterday. I don't know when the people are going to hear this or listen to it. You can do that at any point, I guess. It's a free country. But at her request, I made my world famous spaghetti chicken parmesan. Have you ever heard of this? Apparently, you're dumbfounded.
I was eating a piece of watermelon.
Oh,
have I ever heard of
watermelon?
Watermelon. I like to have fruit near me when I record.
Do people in the North eat watermelon?
I think people all over the world eat watermelon.
It is a tasty fruit, but nevertheless.
And filled with water. That's right. Keeps you hydrated.
Yes, it keeps you hydrated. Except my family always salted the watermelon, which will shrivel you up, so I guess we were coming out even.
Is that a thing? I never heard of that. You salt watermelon?
What? You eat watermelon without the... Oh, my, that's horrible. No, after you finish grilling
they cut
burgers,
the watermelon, they chop it into little bits. You eat it. What are you talking about? In
the summertime, when the weather is right, after you've cooked out burgers or whatever on the grill,
Mungo Jimmy,
you take a watermelon, Mungo Jerry, very good, and you slice that thing in big old slices where it's like a half a pie, and you're holding it in both hands. And then you take the salt shaker and you salt both sides of it real good so it's evenly distributed. And you go to mowing on that. That's the way that we all did it when I was a kid. And they didn't have the seedless watermelons back in those days. So that was a pain in the ass trying to pick out or spit out or fucking... My grandpa John, my mother's father, was 85 years old, and I don't think he had teeth, but he could take a slice of watermelon, and he could daggum just mow it like a typewriter back and forth, and work the daggum seeds out one side of his mouth while he was chewing the watermelon with the other side. Of course, all this happened outdoors.
Of course.
You could just lean over, but you don't salt your watermelon up there.
No, I bought a thing of watermelon chunks from ShopRite, and they didn't say anything about salting their fruit. It's in the produce section. It doesn't say added salt anywhere for any of the fruit.
Well, no, you have... Oh, never mind. Anyway, the chicken spaghetti parmesan.
Hey. Oh, okay.
Well, what were you going to say hey about? Are you going to try to defend yourself more about this watermelon situation?
Indirectly, yes. Do you eat strawberries?
Yes.
How do you wash them?
Well, normally with the goddamn loofah and some Dial body wash.
The loofah?
Like everybody
Bill
else.
O'Reilly, what are you doing over there? No, what I mean is, Suzanne all of a sudden started leaving them in like a bucket of vinegar. Or not a bucket, but a bowl of vinegar. And I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, you're supposed to wash them like this. I'm like, I'm not eating that. You ruined my strawberries.
Well, yeah, that kind of is the opposite of a strawberry is a vinegar taste. But no, it depends on, because I eat a lot of strawberry stuff, but whether it's strawberries in ice cream or strawberries in cake or strawberry puree or strawberries at various times or chocolate-covered strawberries or whatever the case.
You've been following the Boar's Head controversy?
Well, one goddamn food situation at a time.
Well, produce is right next to the deli section.
But most of the time, I don't wash the strawberries at all, because if we're going to be eating something that is involving freshly prepared strawberries, the fruit is Stacy's department, so I really don't handle a lot of that. I'm more of the fry daddy. And as far as I have been, so far, I've ducked the boar's head curse, but I think somebody said the biggest part of it was liverwurst. And if you eat that, you deserve what you get.
I think it's the worst.
And it's liver.
You have a headline here, New York Times. Boar's head plant tied to 9 deaths had mold, leaky pipes, and flies. Federal inspectors cited...
Wait a minute now. That's where they make just the liverwurst, or do they make some of my Black Forest ham or pastrami as well?
Well, federal inspectors cited continuing problems at a deli meat plant in Virginia that was linked to an outbreak of listeria, records indicate. And this is the Virginia Boar's Head Deli Meat Plant. It's been linked to 9 deaths. The alarm rang after people like Gunter Morgenstein,
oh, for God's sake,
a hairstylist renowned in coastal Virginia, fell gravely ill.
Wait a minute. I thought he was going to be the whistleblower over at the plant, but Gunter Morgenstein was a noted hairstylist where?
In coastal Virginia.
Well, they style a lot of hair over there.
As Mr. Morgenstein, an active 88-year-old known as Garchon. I'm sorry to laugh.
Please, is he still alive at least? Is this going to come out well?
No, he grew frail at the hospital in early July. His family racked their brains thinking of everything he had eaten in recent weeks. And it turns out it was boar's head liverwurst bought at a store, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. I don't know how much prevention they're doing.
Yeah. I'm not sure they're into control either. More like fucking post-op investigation. But
liverwurst from the Jarrett's Boar's Head plant was first recalled on July 25th, and then they expanded the recall on July 29th to include all the meat processed there. Trying to see if there's like a thing that lists the dates. Oh, here's a picture of Gershon.
Gosh. What are you, is he still, you never did tell me for sure. Is he still alive? Is he around? What happened to him?
Oh, he died last month at the age of 88. He's dead.
Well, but, all right. But
he had a fondness for liverwurst, a boar's head deli meat linked to the outbreak.
And you were laughing when you saw the picture of him because was he wearing a liverwurst on his head?
Because the caption, I looked right away at the caption, and it says, Gunter Morgenstein, known as Garchon of Newport. Why did you have to put his nickname there?
Well, that's how everybody knew him. He apparently wasn't known by his. That is a long name for the marquee. Maybe just Garchon's place was easier than Gunter Haberdashery or whatever. We send our deepest condolences out to his fans, his friends, and his family, and everybody that's involved in the liverwurst community. Can I tell you about the dinner?
So sad. Oh.
What?
Mr. Morgenstein's family says he was fond of boar's head liverwurst as a comfort food eaten on a plain bagel. It reminded him of his childhood in Germany, which he fled as a child to escape Nazi rule.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh. A receipt from Harris Teeter, provided by his family's attorney, shows he made the liverwurst purchase on June 30th.
Wait, God damn it. He survived and escaped the Nazis, but goddamn Boar's Head tracked him down. It was the liverwurst.
The liverwurst. I've never even eaten liverwurst. I don't know what it tastes like.
I couldn't have. Well, it's two things that are disgusting in and of themselves: liver and worst. If it's the worst, do you ever give me the worst food you have?
Like, I'm not going past like corned beef. Like that's my limit right there. Anything past that, I'm not going.
And I'm not sure about what how they determined to call that a corning process to begin with, but that's neither here nor there. But he escaped the Nazis, but he couldn't get us past the liverwurst.
The boar's head.
All right, I'm going to tell you about the dinner I cooked now.
Oh, yeah, you asked me if I ever heard of that. Yes, I've heard of chicken parmesan. Yes, I've heard of having spaghetti with chicken parmesan. I don't know what part I wouldn't have heard of.
But here's this is what makes it special, because Stace picked which birthday dinner that she would like me to cook, and at first she said my world-famous spaghetti and meat sauce with garlic bread, and then she said, wait a minute, let's change that to chicken parmesan. And I said, okay.
Good thinking.
But then I said, but you still want my sauce the same way, don't you? Oh, yes. So we had the spaghetti and meat sauce and chicken Parmesan, with the chicken Parmesan covered with the meat sauce. So it was kind of like the not surf and turf, but the turf and fly type of thing, whereby and there's like 2.5 pounds of ground beef in the spaghetti sauce alone, the batch I whip up, and then the lightly fried seasoned chicken breast, and then the tremendous glop of spaghetti on the plate there. You just smear it all over. It's wonderful. Actually, I'm describing the one that I ate. Hers was a little bit more demure, but and a strawberry cupcake for raspberry. I gave the wrong berry. It wasn't Chuck. It was his Uncle Marvin.
Did you wash it in vinegar?
Oh, but no, getting back to that. That's what started this whole guy. Well, no, that's what started this being derailed from me telling you that we had a wonderful goddamn dinner for Stacy's birthday, and she wants to thank everybody for all the Twitter wishes and the Facebooks and various things that are on the internet. But why are you sure this is not a fucking shit? Has she been watching Hitchcock movies?
No, she's been watching TikTok. She's been watching TikTok or something. I don't know what she's been watching. No,
she's been trying to disguise the taste of something else she's putting in them strawberries. It's going to affect you slowly but surely.
Like I said, you're supposed to wash them with water. She goes, I do that after I do this. This kills off whatever's on them. I'm like, what's on them? I'm alive. I've been eating strawberries forever. I know. Goddamn, what about a potato that grows in the ground? I wash with the dirt off of it, but it's not like we're bleaching that son of a bitch. You know how many magic mushrooms I ate when I was younger? Those are grown in cow shit. I mean, come on.
Should at least put them in a strainer and run the fucking water over them a little bit, though?
Oh, I mean, there was a lot going on. I can't really talk about details.
Well, nevertheless, I don't know about the vinegar.
Listen to a lot of Screamadelica. But no, vinegar is supposed to kill off germs of some sort.
Yeah, and most of the people that are there currently inhabiting, too.
Do you only use tomato sauce that you make, or do you buy any specific store kind at any point? Not for this meal, but during the year.
I'm not going to reveal the entire secret today. I think I talked about it before on the show. If you didn't write it down, then everybody can search through the goddamn mini clips to find the answer. But I'm not going to reveal that today.
We're actually working on a food omnibus, so maybe the secret will be in there.
Ooh, magic bus! We ought to get one of the listeners to do a confusingly similar version of Magic Bus for our omnibus.
So can we talk about right now here at the start of the drive-thru something we've been doing at the end of the drive-thru? It's your program, so I guess we can just jolly well talk about anything you want.